figure it out.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Facebook. Like Buddy said, I'm sure.
Jimmy on the pod, solo act, no quitting. Madhouse bar talk, where the drinks stay spitting. Views going wild like a monkey gone rogue, running his own lane in a circus of smoke. Ito hit the eject, dipped out the scene. Jimmy steered the chaos, kept it lean and mean. No co-pilot needed. He thrives in the clash. Controversies, the stash. Ranking views with a dash. Madness on the mic, sipping truth like it's gin. Every episode's a fight. Who's the champ of the spin? Randoms on the stool, spill tales from the void. Jimmy plays the villain, but the people stay buoyed. Solo flight, no wingman, just the heat. Questions unscripted, got him squirming.
All right, here we go.
Joe Rogan whispers, but Jimmy got roar. Clickbait machetes hacking straight to the core. Bar feels alive when the topics get steamy. Listeners keep clicking, saying this fool's dreamy. Drama be the fuel, chaos be the plan. Welcome to the Madhouse, hosted by one madman. Podcast is a wrestling ring, Jimmy's the champ. Randoms get grilled under the ring light lamp. Got foes and fans, but the numbers don't lie. Keep it raw and uncut till the Wi-Fi dies.
All right, here we are. We've got Amber in studio, and Nancy is also around. Big hit yesterday, huh? Hitting on a newspaper?
Yeah.
What's that about?
Apparently Tony Sillo is okay with harassing innocent people. Still. My mother, Nancy.
Yeah, you know, so for people who don't know, that are just tuning in and haven't heard about it, the thing you guys have been dealing with for 32 years, right?
32.
32 years now. Your mom was a bus driver for Head Start.
Right.
So at some point, she gets accused of dropping Joseph Allan, dropping kids off to this Joseph Allan guy, and basically gets convicted and sent to prison.
Correct.
For years. And after being looked at, the case being looked at, Burge starts originally. Jim Burge, who was the judge in Lorain County, looks at the case and sets her free. And sets him free, right? Joseph Allan and her, because the evidence is pretty clear that it's almost impossible that it could. I mean, it's. I
mean, her bus aides would have to be. Are her bus aides guilty?
Well, that's what I said.
Are the teachers guilty?
Yeah, or the bus aides would have to be guilty. Right. They had to have done the same thing she did, right. Drove them there.
I mean, they made the most outlandish stories up that she would come in with a mask, and the teachers just let her come in and take the kids out with a mask. Sounds
with a
like
mask?
Bullshit.
Well, you mean the kids said that?
No. Yeah, Margie said that.
Okay.
You know, that she would come in a mask and get the kids out of classroom. What teacher in their right mind is going to do that?
No.
And not only, I'd like to point out, like, so, when she worked there, all the buses would have to line up together, right?
Right.
No child got off the bus until every bus was accounted for and lined up.
Okay.
Right? The teachers came out of the school and got all the kids off the bus.
Yeah, they have a system to make sure.
So the teachers were like, sure, Nancy, you keep these 4. You know, just happens to be the 4 that all parents know each other, that Margie rounded up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's impossible. It was virtually impossible to do it because then everybody's in on it.
Well, it is impossible because they said it was took place in a basement. There was no basement in the property that they claimed it happened on.
Correct. There was a basement though in Margie's house, and then her son, all these years later, wrote a affidavit about how the birthday party in the classroom was in her basement, her own basement, his basement where he grew up.
Okay,
that's where all the kids would meet. You know, the parents and the kids.
Where they would
meet.
Plan things and say this is how to say it or what to say or whatever.
In a classroom, in a birthday party, in a basement.
Okay, I got you. That makes sense. So Burge gets in a lot of trouble for this, and then it goes to the state, and the state, 2 judges out of 3.
Think about what you just said. He got in a lot of trouble for this. That man, I believe, stepped down from being a judge because he wouldn't send innocent people back. That man went to the parole board. Yeah. I doubt that Judge Burge is into doing anything wrong. Get out of here.
Right,
That
he
guy's
did.
a
When you
scholar.
say
Get
that,
outta
explain
here.
that. I know what you're talking about, but explain that he went to the parole board.
He went to the parole board and
let me finish where I was going to say. 2 out of 3 state judges decided that Jim Burge didn't have the authority to do what he did.
right.
They didn't say anybody's guilty. They didn't say this case looks like somebody's guilty. They said that a technicality they didn't feel was right, although one felt that he was within his rights. So it was in a matter of an opinion, and you only got 3 that made the decision. So then when that happens, now your mom's out of jail already, or prison, and so is Joseph Allan, correct? And then when you say that Jim Burge went to the parole board, what are you talking about? Explain that.
So, how did that go down, Mom? I don't remember much of that detail. I just know that something was filed in the parole board, and yeah, Judge Burge went there and talked to them, and asked them to do the right thing.
He went and talked to the actual parole board.
He actually, yeah.
Well, that was when they secretly called me up to the office.
Right.
Dennis Will and Tony Sillo.
Dennis Will, Tony Sillo, Jack Bradley secretly called her up into a meeting
and asked my attorney if he would bring me up there to talk to me. And they said, after all, I did 15 years and they felt like I did enough time. So they wanted me to go to the parole board. And so that's where the parole board got involved. We went in front of a full panel in front of the parole board. So that's where that started at. And Jim Burge came and testified on my behalf at the parole board. They said a judge has never done that before. And he was very emotional through the hearing when he told them that they should be ashamed for what they've done to me. And because the parole board wouldn't get back right away with an answer on a decision. They couldn't make they didn't make the decision if they were going to send it to the governor on.
It's outside of your person sitting right there.
That they were going to what they wanted was the parole board to give me a commutation sentence. We were going for parole. I mean for pardon. The parole board would not give a decision. So that's when they came up to the conclusion, well, we're going to have to bring in a visiting judge, and we're going to have to do a plea bargain with you.
And this is 15 years in.
I was already home
20.
5 years.
So 20
Oh, so this
years.
is 20 years in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So this
rode
is
with
12
her,
years
actually.
ago then.
Yeah, I rode with her, and they wouldn't let me come in. They made me stay outside in a dark parking lot in a car by myself in an alley. Outside.
And I was told that if I told anybody that the deal was going to be off.
How terrible.
So you were called up, you were called in private with the prosecutor, and then Bradley was your attorney, wasn't he? So you're with Bradley, Jack Bradley, who's the mayor of Lorain now. He was your attorney. He brings you up with Tony Sillo and Dennis Will. Mm-hmm. So Tony Sillo is the current prosecutor, but at the time Dennis Will was the prosecutor.
Yes.
And they felt. So if they feel you've done these things, why would they possibly let you out? Explain that to me.
Well, I said to him, you know that I did not do this. And Dennis Will's comment to me was, I can't say that you did, and I can't say that you didn't. And I said, I'm sitting here telling you that I did not do this. And I do not know Joseph Allan.
But my point is that if he doesn't know, is what I'm saying. You need to be more center.
Oh, sorry.
If he doesn't know, how do you give somebody say, okay, let's set him free? If you don't know, do you know what I'm saying?
All you had to do was read.
If you think that she's guilty, burn in hell.
Right.
I mean, for the crimes that they're claiming, burn in hell.
Absolutely.
So why would you possibly give? I mean, why? Please explain to me why you would allow that person out. Why would you work a deal at all? Screw them. Let them burn.
Why are they doing it right now to all of them?
And why did Joseph Allen have to go back to prison at that point if she did?
Because he had longer sentencing, right? He had like life or something, so they couldn't cut him the same deal.
Oh, okay. But he got only like another 10 years. They did work some sort of deal with him, right?
But only a 10, like 10?
Yeah. But again, the same thing, burn in hell. I mean, if you did what they said you did, burn in hell.
Right.
I mean, so them working a deal in the first place tells me something's shady.
Fishy.
Something don't add up.
Right.
That alone is enough to go, something don't add
Them
up.
taking a woman in a room with 3 men in the evening time at dark is strange.
Yeah.
Why couldn't her daughter come in?
And I feel like
tape
Jack
recorded
Bradley.
it, that's why.
I feel like Jack Bradley was friends with Dennis Will too.
He's friends with them currently. I'm sure of it.
I know that. I know that at one time I hired Bradley to do something for me, and I wanted him to do some research for me. And instead of doing research, he went and had lunch with Dennis. So I know he definitely had some sort of relationship.
Well, just like he told her, I don't have to prove you innocent. They have to prove you guilty. And he didn't call anybody up on stand. Not her bus aides, not the teachers, not Jennifer Roberts, the doctor that Rosenbaum never ended up using. I'm not even an attorney or I have no clue what I'm talking about.
Well, you do though, because you have you've been dealing with this for so long. Right. You have a lot more experience in it than like someone like me, because you've lived your life with this bullshit.
Right.
I mean, what the hell?
Right. And now I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, where were we? I forgot what I was saying.
That they didn't use any as her attorney. That he didn't
have
bring
to
up
prove her innocent. They had to prove her guilty. Well, that's easy to do if you don't show them anything: attendance records, mileage sheets, none of that shit. No,
remember he
didn't get them. I know
they were not allowed to be presented in the courtroom because Rosenbaum's thing was they were tampered with.
Right.
What was tampered with?
The mileage sheets and the attendance sheets and all that.
See how everybody was in on it?
So therefore, those were not allowed in the courtroom.
So he said that they were tampered with, so they're not allowed in there?
Mm-hmm. That they, yeah.
No kidding. Even though the process was exactly what the process was.
Well, you figure you had McGuff, Rosenbaum, and Jack Bradley. Right there. There's a conviction. Fuck.
Wow. I didn't realize that, I guess.
McGuff was not going to do anything. She wasn't going to do anything. I remember the day when she was sentenced and her reaction. You know what that woman told her? To shut up and get up. Shut up and stand up.
Well, if you think someone's guilty, though. But that woman doesn't know.
Jim,
she knew. She sat with the kids on her lap. Why were the kids allowed in her chambers to sit on her lap? Nikki Zellick. She was allowed to sit on the judge's lap in her chambers. Even Margie. Margie went back there. She hung out with Judge McGuff.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, that's not good.
100% she did.
During the trial.
No
we
kidding.
sat out like pieces of shit. You know what? And another, I can't express this enough. If they thought that my mom was this rotten person, what about us 4 kids?
Yeah.
Jack Bradley never talked to us. Children's Services never talked to us. A cop never talked to us. A detective, a judge, not a person. Why were those 4 kids so much more important? Seriously.
Well, yeah. If you think you're doing it, you would assume it started at home. You would think. But now here's my question. Well, you said that they thought that the attendance records were altered. But wasn't there like exams done on the kids?
Yeah.
What was the reason that wasn't allowed in?
Well, it wasn't that it wasn't allowed in. She came to court and Rosenbaum didn't use her. Well, if that's his key witness, his doctor, why didn't you use her? Like, ding, ding, Jack. You probably should go talk to her user.
First of all, they didn't even put her name right on the paperwork. They had her down as Dr. Amy Richards, and her name was Richardson. I don't want to
either way
too much. But I'm
not going to stick up for him.
So that's the doctor that actually, and that evidence is out there, but he didn't put that in because it said that nobody was hurt or nobody was bothered.
Right. Nobody used her.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm. Sherry Hagerman, she sat there every day, her bus aide. Never used her.
Wow.
Never used any of them. Did he put any witnesses up?
And the shame of it is,
not one witness did he put up on stand.
I'm going to ask a fucked up question. This is a fucked up question, but how much did you get paid an hour back then, Nancy?
You know how long it's been.
It's disgusting to me. Like, this wasn't like even a high performing job. Like, this was like, you were
Insurance
probably
money was,
struggling
though.
to get by.
Yeah, should. What?
I mean, you had to work to
The
struggle to
reason
get by, and then becomes the fucking outcome.
I drove the bus, I did Meals on Wheels in between the routes, and I did the YMCA in between my afternoon route and my evening route. I did the YMCA. Between my morning route, my afternoon route, I did the Meals on Wheels.
Jesus.
And the reason I kept that job was because I had good health insurance. I was raising 4 kids. I needed the health insurance for myself and for my children. That's the only reason I did that job. And if I would have known what this woman was going to do to me and what this justice system allowed and did to me, I would never, ever have put myself in that situation. I would never have drove a school bus or anything else. But you don't think that somebody's going to do that to you. You just don't think that, you know? I was a good bus driver. I was a good person, and I don't deserve to go through what I'm going through back then and what I'm going through again today. Something has got to stop. These guys are exhausting me to no point of return. I mean, I'm just exhausted fighting to keep my name cleared for a crime I didn't commit. When does it stop?
Well, that's the problem too. You read the newspaper article with Tony. It's not that he gave a fuck about whether or not they're innocent. He even says in that article, he says, I'm not interested in retrying the case. This is about a technicality on JD, which I'm going to tell you what, JD's got more fucking character in his pinky toe than that piece of shit does, because JD told you when he was running in the election, I'm going to look into this case. Right. What did he say during the election? He said, I'm not going to revisit that case.
I'm not even going to reopen it.
Yep, and here he is.
But he did take
magically, mystically.
He took credit for it, too, at one point. I got that on tape. I'm going to find that.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's fucking, I mean, it pisses me off.
And then
It's disgusting.
To go after JD after what he's done. Like, what a piece of shit. You know,
what's the incentive? I don't understand. What's the incentive? I know they're all friends with Rosenbaum. I know that, but
so that Rosenbaum and them don't get sued.
But is it coming out of their pocket? Isn't it going to come out of the city or county's pocket? It's not like it's coming out of their own fucking pockets.
Right.
I don't understand. Like, I mean, it was wrong what they did.
JD made him look stupid. JD broke up the good old boys. JD fucking broke it up, and they don't like it.
Yeah.
He wasn't one of them. He wasn't one of Rosenbaum and Will's.
Yeah, that's absolutely horrible. That's horrific. And I mean, and somebody lives that life. Like I said, like when I ask her,
you got to have a sick person to.
Could you imagine? Like you were a bartender. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine that ending up into 32 years of freaking going to prison, being told innocent? I mean, that's insane.
Right.
I mean, this is not a job that freaking would even matter.
Right. But there's big money in insurance. That's who they got paid from. 9.3 something million altogether. Margie got 3.3, and the other parents got like 1.5.
Yeah, 32 years ago too.
Right. And imagine how much money that is. And
yeah, right.
Yeah, she had a civil attorney already lined up.
Before she filed charges, she had a civil attorney.
Went to court, trial, or anything. Margie Grundin already had a civil attorney, so she already knew
what she was doing.
Going to do to me. And she told her ex-husband, who went to school with me, said, Margie, you know that this woman didn't do this. I've known Nancy for a long time. And she said, I don't care. I'm going to get paid. That's what she said to her ex-husband, Dino. I don't care. I'm going to get paid.
My question is, how did Joseph Allan even come into the play?
Well,
where did they draw his name out of the hat?
Sal Rivera told me that he came to report his car stolen, right? And people were throwing around the name Joseph. People were throwing around the name Allan, just throwing names out. White, black, spots. Nobody knows. Blue eyes, brown eyes. Well,
the kids or the parents, you're saying,
the
right?
Parents.
One of the two, but yeah, okay.
The parents, but he went in to file his car stolen, and they said, that must be him, Joseph Allan, and that's simple. It's on tape. Sal Rivera, he told me himself. He said he came in to report his car stolen. Yeah, and they said, it's got to be the guy, Joseph Allan.
You're kidding me.
No.
Wow. I always wondered that, how they connected those two, like, because he had no connection to the Head Start. He had no connection to the bus drivers. He had no connection to Nancy.
Nope.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Right.
Ugh. Unreal. So, yeah. So,
that should scare everybody to know that you could just be picked off the street and
right.
go to prison.
Right. So then they work out this deal. This is Bradley, Will, and our current prosecutor, Tomlinson. Or not Tomlinson. Sillo, yeah. And that gets your mom's free. So she's been free since then. And the term Burge resigns because everybody comes after him, essentially. Like, he's getting in all kinds of bullshit and trouble and everything. They said he doesn't have the right to do what he did. Still, again, nobody's saying he's innocent or that she's not innocent.
Right.
And that's what kills me, because now you got the same thing, essentially, because in 2021, J.D. Tomlinson used some kind of technicality or whatever it is. I don't know enough about the law, but...
No, he didn't use any technicality. He just went over the facts and the...
No, but didn't he have to bring it, somehow get it to brought to retrial it, to do a retrial of some sort?
Judge Burge, it was a Rule 29C where you had to be found guilty by a jury. And if you weren't, that's how she got resentenced and brought back to court originally.
With Burge.
Yeah.
But I mean, when JD, how he...
Yeah, JD would have to.
I think JD, I think he retried it, is what the point was. He set it up for a retrial, I believe, is what happened. And then while looking over the evidence, he said, there's not enough evidence to try her, basically, as a prosecutor, and it's exonerated. She says, Kathleen says that it's, which is Katie Bayer. She said that he reopened the case.
Right.
So
that's okay. Reopened.
So now they're trying to say that he doesn't have the right or whatever her bullshit reason, is.
Listen,
it's all technicality. Nobody gives a shit that didn't happen.
Right.
It's crazy.
Because he's got one thing to do. He didn't come here to protect Lorain. He didn't come here to be the Lorain County Prosecutor. He came here to protect those people.
He didn't even have anything to leg to stand
JD,
on.
because
he freaking, his whole campaign was vote JD out.
Right.
So they brought up charges on JD, which were dropped as soon as the elections were over. Let's be honest.
Right.
But before the elections, there's still like this case, and they're making a big deal out of it. And he's got vote JD out.
Right.
That's his big. Whatever you want to call it. That's
smearing
his big,
them online, sending them
campaign
people's
fund.
mail, coming by on vans, bothering his parents, like just dumb shit.
Never said he was, and anything he did say, he said he wasn't going to revisit this case. That's the only thing he actually did say.
Right.
This is disgusting.
Yeah.
And I can't, it's scary. I mean, it's scary as hell, because it could happen to any single person. It's not like your mom had any dealings with them prior to that. No. It's not like she was on their shit list or somebody's ex. You know what I mean?
Did you have a speeding ticket or no speeding tickets? Did you have like
that was years ago.
No, I'm saying when you had the charges.
Red light, I think.
Yeah, red light. Like that's who we put in prison. But mother of four that ran a red light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she had no. I mean, it's not like it's even something you piss somebody off. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm pissing people off right now being on air, and I may have repercussions for it.
Right.
And I get that. But at the time, she just went home and went to work and went home and went to work and went home and went to work and had no relationship with anybody in the offices. Mm-mm. That's scary.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of people out here doing that same thing, living their same life. I mean, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Look at JD. All he did was do the right thing. Look what he's going through.
Yeah. And I don't understand why they keep saying, like, because so-and-so did it or whatever. That's what he kept bringing up, that Burge was involved in the whole thing. And it's, I mean, they keep bringing it up, and that's what he put in the newspaper. He keeps bringing it up, and it's like, who gives a shit? He was his chief, wasn't he his chief of staff? Chief of staff? I mean, I'm sure he had
what
something.
JD tells him to do.
Yeah, I'm sure he did something. I'm sure.
Wasn't JD the boss?
Yeah. I mean, it was no secret that he was the chief of staff.
Right.
I don't understand why that's even an issue.
Well, look who it is. It's the two of them.
It's disgusting. It really is disgusting.
He's got a real hard on for JD, and I can't understand why, except it has to be the Head Start case. What else can it be?
But wasn't he in JD's office when JD started? What happened there? Do you guys have any clue?
I don't know.
You don't want to
wanna
tell?
say for sure. It's not. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't want to tell the dirt?
No, because I don't really know exactly. I just knew he no longer had a job, and then he went to the attorney general's where his wife works. So that's we should talk about that too. How Tony Sillo worked for the attorney general up until and then he came to the sheriff's office. Dave Yost, the attorney general, that's also involved in this. Yeah,
Like the one that over
in Columbus.
the one that wasn't that didn't have something to do with overturning Burge's decision? Or no, am I crazy?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Wasn't it the state Supreme Court that overseed it?
Yeah.
And isn't he in charge of that? Or am I crazy?
Oh, wait.
I don't know enough about it. He's the Ohio Attorney General.
Right.
I would think, maybe.
Well,
not,
that's
though.
what I said. These courts, that's why judges shouldn't be able to sit and rot in a chair for 12 years. Like these appellate judges are 12 more. I don't even know how many years they get to sit in there, but that's
the way
crazy.
it always has been in our court system.
Well, it shouldn't be anymore. And
I like
shouldn't
that.
have
No, I
immunity.
like it. I like it.
Well, no, because people change. Your mind's always changing. You learn more. You just,
No, I like it. I like it.
So I went to a court hearing for someone recently, an innocent kid. He's been there since he was 16, Peter Kenny. And I was at the appellate. I went to the appellate hearing. This judge, there was 3 of them. The one judge, all she wanted to do was argue with Kim Cattrall or talk to her about how Kim Cattrall said something about a judge. What does that judge or any of that have to do with Peter Kenny's life?
Right.
Not a damn
right.
thing. Those women, they've been there for years. They're ancient. Get out.
Yeah, I would wonder if I think judges should be there because I like the judges, only because I like them. With the politicians change. So we need something solid. That's a big problem that happens in the government. Our president changes every 4 years.
Yeah,
and then the
that's
world has to deal with the consequences of the strongest nation in the world's politics. You know what I mean? So it's wild.
If they sat there for 20 years, then they know White and they know Rosenbaum and they know all of them. Who knows? I just don't trust it. I don't think that they should be allowed to sit there and do that.
Yeah.
What it is that because you guys were so young when this happened to me, you have no trust in the justice system, as well as I don't. We don't trust the justice system because they've never done anything good for me, ever. Until JD finally did something for me. And it's not because I campaigned for him or whatever.
But I don't get that either. They say
Who
that
are you
too.
going to campaign for? Dennis Will that took you in a room with Bradley and Sillo? Should we have been out there campaigning for him? The one that didn't want you? I mean, Dennis Will,
But
What?
you know what the thing is with that whole thing is they keep saying that you were out helping campaigns. So what? You weren't. It's not like, what did you have?
And I can campaign for whoever I want to.
Absolutely. And not
am a
only
free
that,
woman.
how much money did you put into his campaign? It's not like you have, right.
Have a dime.
I mean, if you had a shit ton of money, you're dumping like millions into a campaign, I would understand it. Okay, that's a little shady.
Right.
You went and knocked on some doors? Who gives a shit?
I mean, did you even not
actually,
know?
I didn't do that. Yeah. I just held the sign up and I walked in a couple parades.
Right.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know. It just stresses me out. The whole thing stresses me out because I hate the fake bullshit. I hate the fact that you have a prosecutor that's in the office right now that don't give a fuck or give a shit about whether or not somebody is innocent or guilty. No cares about that. That
Right.
doesn't matter. It only matters about politics and bullshit.
Yep.
And that's crazy to me.
Crazy.
And if everybody that looks at this, everything that I've heard about this case and everything that I've seen about it, it's like it's common sense. Like
Right.
there's no, and not only that, there's the whole thing. And I know JD kind of like when I mentioned it to him when we did the podcast, he overlooked it. But there's a whole thing that went on during the 80s and 90s with daycares and Head Starts and it's a whole thing where they just didn't understand how to handle those situations. And I think this might have been one of those, which could have been on an honest,
Well,
thing at the time. But I believe at some point they started trying to be a little too ambitious about it.
Well, because they had one detective already investigate it. Tommy Cantu. Nothing happened. Well, that was no good. Let's redo it. You know, just.
Yeah, they didn't know. They didn't understand because it wasn't. This was when kids first. I mean, you're talking the first, what, 20 years, really, maybe even only 10 years, that moms were sending their kids off to daycares. And I mean, it just didn't happen. Like, there was no Head Start when I went to school.
The thing is, like, about that, like, they knew when they were turning the recorders on and off. They knew when the lineup tape, when Rich Resendez was doing the lineup tape and turning the camera on.
No, that's what I'm saying. It becomes more ambitious. That's what I'm saying.
They were very ambitious.
I think it becomes an ambition, and rather than worried about the truth, I think it believes that. I believe that's what happened.
The Ohio 4, look at that. The Ohio 4, same players, Rosenbaum, White, like the whole thing.
That one blows my mind too. That's another one where you look at it.
Lorain Police.
How are two people that live together dead? And only one person's, and then one of them's got proof he was in New York, and you're still sitting in prison somehow? How is that even? That's crazy to me too.
Two are still sitting there. Yep. They don't give a shit.
And you have proof that you're in New York, like at the time of the. I mean, that's crazy to me.
By a parole officer or something, right? His parole officer.
Something. There was phone
probation.
Records. Yeah, there was like phone records or something that proved it or something.
Still did it anyways.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
They leave the real killer just out there. He's still out there, but you know.
Yeah, nobody ever found. Nobody, never found.
No.
And then, yeah, that's a whole. And somebody tried to recant their statement.
My point of bringing them up is just that it's the same 93, 94. Nothing changed.
Yeah, same players.
Person that took their evidence with their camera, with his camera, did it with hers in the lineup tape.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't want to. I don't want to hear bullshit excuses. He knew what he did. Everybody clearly seen pinching in and out, on, off, on, off, on, off. That's bullshit. And if you're a cop and a detective, you know better than that. You knew better than to turn that damn camera on and off.
Yeah. Let
the kids in and out, bring them in. Switch Joseph Allen from 2 to 4. The kids are picking 4 out, right? It's not Joseph Allen.
Right.
Joseph Allen's in his plaid shirt in number 2, you know, because they're all in black. They switch them. The kids start saying what now? Number 2. Joseph Allen's in 4. Like, I just don't even know. It's unreal, the shit that they've gotten away with.
Yeah, you've told me that they didn't line up, they didn't catch him in the lineup, and things like that. It's unreal. There's really the only proof they have is essentially where kids came in and said yes, that it happened.
Well, let's clear that
not
up.
even that.
Not the kids came in and said
parents.
The parents came in and talked for the kids. Margie Grundon talked for her daughter the whole time. Margie Grundon talked for every one of those parents. Margie Grundon is the one that started this, and she's the one that went on the witch hunt. But she's the one that answered the questions, not her daughter.
Margie Leva Grundon Parazola, because I heard she goes by Parazola now. Parazola.
Is she still around here?
She's somewhere.
So she doesn't show up at these hearings?
Mm-hmm. She don't. Yeah.
I mean, because I promise you, if I thought that happened to my kid,
oh yeah,
and they said you're getting out, I'm gonna be there. I promise you, I'd be there.
Right.
I promise.
Not once ever.
That tells a lot in itself.
Right.
It tells a lot in itself. She don't give a shit.
And she got in trouble
Only
for doing
Tony
it to
cares.
her own people.
And the sad part is, I don't even think Tony cares about you guys. I think he only cares about JD.
Right.
How do I bury JD?
Yep.
And who gives a shit about this family and the kids and everything? Who gives a shit?
Well, that's what I wanted.
Fuck them.
I know that my mom's court stuff is going on and stuff, so it's probably not like a good idea or whatever, but, well, for her. But for me, quit shaking your head no. I can say this. Tony Sillo should meet with me. Tony Sillo should hear what I went through. Tony Sillo should hear about our lives. I won't talk about her case. I just want to give him a story, a true story of real victims of 4 children that were robbed. Tony Sillo, I want a meeting with you. Just an hour. I want to tell you a little story. And I think I deserve that. Nobody ever talked to us. Lorain County Prosecutor, Tony Sillo, I want you to talk to me. Nancy's daughter.
Yeah, that's another thing. Why? Yeah, I would think if something like that happened and somebody has kids, the first thing you would do is go check and make sure that their kids
are okay. Right.
That would be the first thing.
Instead, they just separated us. Didn't ask where we were going. Didn't give a shit where we were. They just separated us. Took her to court that day, or to prison from the courtroom. That was it.
Who separated you? Your own family had to figure it out.
We had to get separated. Yeah, there's nobody to take in 4 kids.
But your family had to figure it out. Not that they did it.
Not that they did. No, they never asked where we were going, if we were okay, if anybody was even taking us.
Miss Smith, what's going to happen to your kids? Where are they going to go? Is anything going to happen to them? Nothing. Nothing at all. My kids were nothing to these people. Nothing. And can you imagine being walked out of a courtroom handcuffed and your kids standing there and this mother marching around and telling my daughter that I got what I deserved? My daughter was 14 years old. That's what she did. My kids would walk down the street from school and she would go by and give them the finger. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the harassment. I don't even know if my kids ever were harassed. I don't know. I just know that one day I called home and my son who was 12, by this time is now 17. And he says to me, Mom, nobody loves me like you do. And what do you tell your child? I said, that's not true. That's not true. And he said, yes, it is. Nobody loves me like you do.
Well, that might be true. He might have had that one spot on. Nobody loves me like my mom.
How can I reassure him? What can I tell him? I'm in prison for a crime I didn't commit. And my kids are going through it. And they're still going through it today. And that's the sad thing. Nobody gives a shit about my kids. They never did back then, and they don't today.
Did you ever worry that they believed it? Did you ever?
My kids would not believe it. They knew what kind of mother I was.
I'm just asking. I'm
believe
curious.
That's why they didn't talk to us, because it wouldn't have went with their agenda.
Because you would be worried. I mean, they had to watch you get walked out, and I would think you got nothing but time to think. I would worry about it. Like, did they get to them? Did they trick them? Did they? I would think that.
No, I didn't have to worry about that. I was a good mother. I worked my ass off to take care of my kids. I didn't ask anybody for anything.
Yeah, I find it disgusting. I just find it disgusting. And it's all about some politic bullshit, and nobody gives a shit about Nancy or you guys or Joseph Allan. It'd be the same thing for him. I don't know where he's even at. I haven't heard from him. I have no clue where he would even be. But
sounds like he was smart and got the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no kidding. But I mean, the problem is it doesn't matter if you get back, if you left, it don't matter if you leave. That doesn't mean, because he's still dealing with the same shit you are. He's still finding out that they're filing charges or they're doing this or they're doing
anything
that.
To him, right? They don't care about him because he didn't file a lawsuit.
No. Well, what they're trying to do is overturn JD's.
Yeah, but did they even mention Joseph? No. I didn't.
It's the same case.
That's what
if he overthrows it, it overturns both of them. Yeah.
That's what I was asking, but.
Yeah, it overturns both of them.
That's what I thought. They linked them any other time.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's sad. And so you guys, I didn't know that. You guys had people harassing you going down the street, or your older brother did?
Pretty much all of us. Kids are mean in school. And if it's the subject of the newspaper every day.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. I didn't have it as bad because I ended up moving to Pittsfield. My little brother has had it the worst of anyone. I can't even talk about Chase. I'm sorry. So that one breaks my heart the most is my little brother. He needed her more than we did.
How old was he? How old was he when that happened?
The other one made the allegations. He was 12 when I went to prison.
He's the same age as my son right now.
And they took her. We all needed our mother, but he was a 11-year-old boy.
Yeah, I think you needed her as much, and you just don't realize it. If I'm being honest, I mean that's the truth of the matter. Tony, she wants you to come talk to her. She wants some time. She just wants some time. Find out. It's horrible. Like, and then he said in the newspaper, he has no interest in retrying it. He has no interest in that. He just wants to overturn what JD
He just wants to take my exoneration again for the second time. They want to take my exoneration again.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to be accountable for what they've done to me. Everybody wants to just take and blow this all over because nobody wants to take the accountability. They know that I didn't do this. They know that this never happened. These kids have gone around and told many people that nothing ever happened to them. But you know what mattered was the number on the check. That's what the one girl said, the number on the check. And I don't want my mom to go to prison. These are things that people have come up and told me.
I thought that the kids were the ones that came up and were on the stand, but you're saying it was her. She came up and told the story. It wasn't the kids. Didn't actually have to come up and tell their story.
Kids.
No, they were kids. They testified, but I mean, you have to.
You'd have to be there.
Transcripts. It's just ridiculous. The whole thing. Everybody and anybody that's ever read the transcripts of that trial said, "How in the hell did they get away with this? How in the hell did this happen? This should never have gone to trial." Many people have said that.
Do you have something you want to say to Tony, Nancy?
I just want him to know that he knows that I didn't do this. And why do you want to keep doing this to me? Doing this to me? I have done nothing to you. Nothing. And I don't deserve to keep going through this 32 years later, and now I'm going through it again. I don't deserve it. My kids don't deserve it. Nobody should have to live and be exhausted day after day after day, and that's what you're doing to me. You exhaust me. I might be sitting here crying, but I'm a fighter also, and I'm going to make sure that my name stays cleared because I did not do this. I did not touch those children. I did not take those children anywhere. I took them to school and home, and that's the end of it. But they all know that. They all know that.
Well, nobody's even arguing that. They don't even care. They're just trying to figure out if people dotted I's and crossed T's. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about what actually happened. Nobody cares about that. That doesn't even matter. What's it matter?
Right.
That's disgusting.
It matters a lot to me because it didn't happen.
Well,
I agree, but I'm talking about the prosecutors. Don't give a shit. They don't care. They have no cares in the world, and it's disgusting. I don't know. It pisses me off. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it, and there's no reason for him to not just fix it or just pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you see that all he had to do was nothing.
Nothing.
That's all he had to do coming in. Was nothing. That's all he had to do, which, oh, by the way, is what he said he was going to do while he was running his campaign.
Right. But he's a liar. We all know that.
Clearly, because he said he wasn't, and here he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like I said, JD said, I will probably look into it. And he took a lot of heat during his campaign, but he told the truth. And that's exactly what he did. He looked into it.
Right. And
it didn't come out how everybody, or at least how Tony Sillo thinks it should have came out.
I would like to urge the public to maybe start flooding them with some calls, some emails.
That's why my wife wants to know. Like, can you do something with change.org or something? My wife wants to know, can we do something? I don't
see why we couldn't with signatures and stuff.
Yeah, but what do you do with it? I don't know what to do with it. I don't know I'll
have to look into it, but yeah. I did a big signature signing before. Remember that? I held it at the Black River Landing.
When Strickland was the governor, I can't even remember.
How many
petitions were sent to him, and even when Reitenour was it Reitenour? Is that how you say it? Or Rittenauer was the mayor of Lorain? He signed one of those petitions. Councilwoman.
Oh yeah.
Mary signed. People signed that petition. Margie Grundon's sister came up and told Amber, "I'll sign that petition because my sister's a fucking liar."
Yeah.
Is that true?
Promise you.
That's true?
Yeah, she came to my signing. I held it down at the Black River Landing. The Chronicle used to be our friends.
You were at the convenience store when that happened.
No, Mom, we were signing papers down at the Black River Landing. I would I held I would put it in the papers, what I was getting ready to do. And yeah, we did a signature signing. The sister came, and then actually a cousin, Tara, had gotten a hold of me and was saying how the whole family knew that she was related to the Weinbrenners. Tara was her name. That the whole family knew that this didn't happen, and they didn't have anything to do with Kathy Weinbrenner over it. You know what I mean? Like, their family members would come up to us and tell us this.
But her own sister came to tell you that?
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, you told me that she said, I'll sign the petition, but I won't give you my phone number and I won't give you my address.
I don't remember.
And that
any
was
of that.
Margie Grundon's sister.
She had to give her name to put.
She gave her name. She signed the petition. She would not put down her address.
Phone number or address, she said.
I don't remember those details. I just know
And
she was there.
You were at a convenience store and you were walking out and she stopped you and asked you if you had the petitions. I remember it.
Yeah, but I
remember it.
There was no
plain as day.
convenience store, though. We did the signing. I wouldn't have had papers on me for her to sign at a convenience store, Mom. She came to the signing.
Oh, I thought you said
It was in the paper. It was in the paper. You know, we
kidding.
ran it in the paper that I was holding it there.
Right.
And you should have seen the people. I put one online. You should have seen all the signatures. I mean, I had boxes.
But what do we get them to sign it for? That's what I'm trying to tell my wife. I go, I don't even know what you would ask them. I don't know what the petition would be for. I mean, I think that there should be something. I mean, Katie Byer says we should all write Sillo at tony.sillo at LCP or lcprosecutor.org
Right.
and say something to him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that the Lorain County citizens, at the very least, should get
I think the Lorain County
to have a
citizens-
say on it, as I don't think anybody believes it that I've ever talked to.
Right. I think the Lorain County citizens should also ask for public records of all them people everywhere.
For what public records?
Just to see how they're communicating.
Oh, between each other?
Text, emails, yeah, anything.
Didn't you do that
We as
this
a public-
morning?
Well, I did it Monday
Oh.
at the sheriff's office, but I'm saying, like, I need the community to help me. They're not going to give me them records. I'm going to keep fighting for them. But if the community just starts, we need all these records. We need the records. We need to know what Hall and Sillo and Rosenbaum, Muncie, the FBI agents, the special prosecutors. We need to know what all these people are saying to each other. I'm sure.
They say more at dinner when it's not recorded, I'm sure.
Right, but I'm sure there's some. I'm sure there's something somewhere.
Yeah. You're probably right. There usually is. There's usually a little glitch in the matrix somewhere. Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. But my wife, that's a good idea. I like the idea because now you have change.org. Like you could literally but what do they make the petition? That's the thing. What do we find a petition, figure out? Because I'm not sure because I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I don't understand 100% how you would attack that. I really don't, because I don't know that you're not changing the rules. He's just freaking trying to say that, well, he's trying to get JD that he did something ridiculously dirty.
Not that he didn't do anything wrong. Not that Dennis Will did anything wrong. Not that Rosenbaum did anything wrong. God, not that Margie Grundon, Kathy Weinbrenner, let's see, what are their other names? Antoine Powell, Frederick Powell, Kathy Gibson. Yeah. Like, they did wrong. And they have a special, what is that called? A public corruption unit at the sheriff's office? Well, why aren't they investigating that? Why aren't they investigating the $9.38 million these families got for a crime that never occurred? That's where they should start. Margie Grundon.
Well, that's what J.D. Tomlinson said when he was in here. He said, not only is it not that Nancy and Joseph Allan didn't do it, I'm pretty sure nothing ever happened. Like that, none of it happened. Like there's no guilty parties to anything.
Right.
That's what he said. Like that's actually like no crime. Like it's a completely made up crime.
So everybody's okay with her just getting almost them families getting $10 million almost for a crime that never occurred? It doesn't sit right with me.
No, not at somebody else's.
They're worried about all the wrong
back.
things. J.D. Tomlinson, like, get out of here with that.
If JD's dirty, I don't give a shit. But I don't think that I do. I'm not saying I don't. But that has nothing to do with why you would come after your family.
But JD, and then they're saying like he did whatever with, I don't even know what they're saying exactly. All I know is that he didn't have to cheat He didn't have to change anything. He didn't have to do anything. All he had to do was read it like I did, Joe Zeba, all these people read it and see that it didn't happen.
Well, he told me that he told me too that he said he specifically hired, and I'll go look and see, because I remember, as I was taking notes, I went back and watched because he kind of broke it out for us. But he said that he employed Buddy Schiffer, and he had a young kid that was in his prosecutor's office, and he had them review the case and then bring it back to him, so that it was clearly like, an outside source that could, that's what he said. Why that now is saying that it's Burge is beyond me, which I don't even know where it matters if it was Burge. He was the chief of staff for the prosecutor's office. What does it even matter?
Right.
Why does that matter? I don't understand where that even comes from. This whole thing drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It's aggravating. It's aggravating as hell. And I think my wife's right. We just need to figure out what to get somebody signed. Get that changed, or we'll pummel that thing. We'll put it out there for everybody to look at. You know what I mean? As soon as we know. But that's got to stop. This thing has to end, and it has to be over.
Right.
I mean, were you at the point where you thought, like in the last year or so, where you were starting to feel safe again?
Well, when JD cleared my name, and I thought, finally it's over.
Yeah, because that's the first time somebody said not guilty, period, right? That's the first time that happened.
Right. And so, you like when I do my talks, I tell people, I said, how many people get exonerated not once, but twice? And now here we go again. Now you're trying to take this exoneration away from me. I mean, how can you keep doing this to me?
Was the Burge one was an exoneration also?
He acquitted me of all charges.
He did? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is an exoneration.
There's actually like a 32-minute video. It's the best video. I've watched it like 100 times. And Burge, he just sits there and he's just smart. And the way, listening to him talk, you could tell he had went over everything. And when he said that he felt like the verdict not to be correct, like, I couldn't believe those words came out of his mouth. He had no confidence in the verdict. Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
I think I've seen that, the end of it only.
If you haven't, you should watch it. He goes in, he breaks it down. It's great, yeah. Yeah, it's a great video. It's on YouTube.
I'll have to go check it out. I know I've seen the end of it.
February of 2009, yeah.
February 2009. That's when this all went down.
February 6th, right? 3 days before my 30th birthday.
Back on February 4th. It was February 4th.
I just knew it was before my 30th birthday.
That's when he brought me back from prison, and on February 4th, I went in front of him, and he said that he had, was going to resentence me. He gave me bond, and then on June 24th of 2009 is when he called us in for a status conference, and at that time, neither one of my attorneys, Jack or Mike Stepanek, knew that he was going to acquit myself or Joseph Allan at that time, and that's when he did that.
Oh, so you guys didn't know coming in.
Nope.
You just knew he was going to review the case.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was about when we had to go to court that day.
Oh, okay. Wow. And why do they care? I mean, did Burge have any what did before Burge was a judge? Did he have any skin in the game?
What do you mean? Like,
I mean, I don't understand.
As an attorney?
Well, yeah, like everybody.
I think he was an attorney, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was an attorney before being a judge. But I'm saying, what did Burge gain by you guys getting out? What does he gain?
Nothing.
That's the part I can't figure out.
He gained harassment.
I can't figure that part out. That's the part I can't. They keep acting like he got filthy rich, or he got something, or he got credit, or I don't know what the hell they act like Jim got out of that. All he's gotten is hell. I don't understand it. I'm confused.
Right. Like JD would do this just to have all of this happen to him.
Yeah, well, and that's what they're saying.
Put his family through this. Get out of here.
And they're like, and Jim Burge was involved. Like, what does Jim Burge have to do with anything? Like, why is Jim Burge? I don't understand why they act like him being involved is a bad thing. Because
they're not as smart as them. They're not as intelligent. They have no compassion. They have no integrity. Yeah.
Well, in today's society, there's a lot of lack in integrity, and it doesn't matter about the truth anymore. Clearly, you can see that everywhere. I mean, with everything that goes on, and I mean, everybody's always they're playing games. Which I mean, I know I realize attorneys are playing games. I get that. But when you're playing games with lives
and our lives,
yes, that's the part that's like, I mean, like for instance, Trump with the whole thing they're playing games about. He appraised his property more expensive. Well, you know what? That's not his responsibility to appraise his own property. It's to the lender to appraise the property. We all know that. We've all anybody that's bought a house knows this.
Right.
But they act like because he said it was worth something, and it's all technicality bullshit.
Right.
And okay, so fine. No, I mean, he's been harassed. It's been a pain in his ass, and it was. I mean, yeah, he did get his mug shot, and they did arrest him or whatever. But it's not. I mean, whatever. But this is 32 years of kids' lives, of families' lives, and not only that. Like, I mean, who knows where Nancy could be?
Right.
I mean, you know.
Or
maybe she's either be a pension, maybe she got a better job driving, but maybe she got a whole nother. Maybe she ended up going to school during that time and became an attorney or became something. Who knows what could have happened? You took her most productive years of her life from her. That's insanity to me, and that's not enough.
Right.
Give me more. I want to fucking keep harassing you.
Right.
What is the matter with them?
And then what her kids could have been. You know what I mean? Or done. We didn't get the chance to go to college. We didn't get the chance to do anything like that. I mean, I guess we could have if I don't know how to explain it. I guess you can't make excuses, but yeah, no. Like, I didn't even want to live, let alone go to college. Do you know what I mean? At one point.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's horrible.
I'm out in the streets doing stuff I shouldn't have been doing because I didn't have a mom. You know, I'm running away. I'm doing whatever it is I want to do.
I had a mom. I was doing the same shit.
Oh, she wouldn't have let me. Trust me.
You would think that, but my mom would tell you she wouldn't have let me either, but I still was
We were
doing
in the street lights. When the street lights came on, we were home. And if you weren't home when them street lights came on, you were grounded.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
I mean,
had chores, we had responsibilities, we had a good life.
Sadly, kids are resilient. I mean, and I think you seem wonderful to me. I don't know. I mean, you seem like, you're not an attorney or an accountant, but you seem like you're very happy with what you are and who you are. So that's all that. As a parent, that's all we really care about. I'll be honest. That's I don't give a shit how much money my kids make as long as whatever it is, they're happy. That's what matters. I get
to go to work every day. I know I beat myself up over it all the time. I'm like, I'm just a bartender, server, or whatever. But I meet the best people. I have the best customers. I have the best friends that I meet there.
And you make great money. Let's be honest. They may get some killer tips. Yeah, right. They make killer tips.
But yeah.
I mean, it's happiness is all that matters at the end of the day. And kids are resilient. So I know that tears up Nancy, but still, I mean, I think you kids have come out, or at least I only met Amber, so I don't know what the rest are doing, but Amber seems like she's come out pretty balanced.
It's my youngest brother.
Yeah. That's the one that bothers you the most, clearly.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So we just wanted to come in here and talk shit about Tony Stillo's bullshit that he wants to pull because he's trying to prove a point.
This ridiculous 300-page,
put that right in the middle so they can see how thick that is.
If he had time to write this, what service is he doing for Lorain County? What service could he be doing if he had time to type this? Because he probably didn't.
Nah, they use AI now. AI types all that shit.
Somebody came in and gave that to him.
You think it was handed to him?
It wasn't walked in.
It was. It wasn't walked in. I love that.
Might have been handed to him, but it wasn't walked in.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I know. It's terrible.
On a couple of levels.
I don't like seeing him, but I have to see him all the time at my job. I don't like seeing that man. What does he come in my job for? But he seems to come in and like to sit at my job and stare at me and do this shit every time he's in there. Every time he comes.
He does?
I'm tired of being harassed at my job by Rosenbaum. Yeah. He shouldn't come in my job.
He comes in your job?
He comes in my job. Has never been in my... never, right? I've been in there for 4 years. The other people that are there, he's never been in there. He's Actually, not even really. It's not my business. So anyhow, he never had been in there. This year, twice a month, not more. Brings his son, has meetings, sits there and talks about everybody. Looks at me, stares at me with his weird ass.
There goes that tip.
I don't wait on him. I refuse him every time, along with so many other ones of them from down there.
All right. Well, that's what we wanted to come on for. I appreciate you guys coming in, and I hope this gets worked out. But what we want to do is I think this petition thing, I would say we have to figure out what do you do for the petition, or how we can attack a petition of some sort and do it. I mean, something's got to be done. They can't just keep, this is ridiculous. I mean, they can't just, what, you can be 80 years old and still dealing with this shit? You know what I mean?
Not 80 years old.
No, I said, are you going to be? Are you going to be at 80 still dealing with the same bullshit? Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, I'm 68 right now.
Yeah, you're not that far off.
I'm just like, can I just live my life without something always being held over my head?
Yeah. And some peace.
Yeah. I mean, people are like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But until you walked in my shoes and you've sat in a prison cell, you don't know if it's going to be okay. I didn't know if I was ever going to come home. Do you know what that did to me? All for a crime that I didn't commit. I did not do. I can't stress it enough to anybody, but anybody that would read the transcripts and read the bullshit that they have put me through would know.
Or even if anybody that knew you. I've talked to people that knew you back then. They're like, that it's just clearly that's not, you knew that. Right. The people that knew you back then knew that was all bullshit. The people that didn't, that just saw the newspaper articles and stuff like that, they don't know.
Well, hell, even a lot of people that seen the news articles were like, something's fishy here, something doesn't make sense. I
was too young to care enough. Like, I seen it and thought, that's gross, and then just
I would
moved
go
on.
out when I came home when Jim Burge cleared my name. And I would be out in the store. I mean, for the longest time, I wouldn't go anywhere without anybody. Somebody had to be with me at all the times. That's the fear that I've always had, and I shouldn't have to feel like that. But I would have people come up to me and say, are you Nancy Smith? Well, I'm not. Of course, I'm Nancy Smith. But they would say, we knew that this was bull crap from day one. Nothing ever made no sense, and we've always supported you. And I never had one person in this community ever come up and say anything rotten to me or horrible to me or anything. All they've ever come up to, and it's just people come up and just say, we're so glad you're home. We're so glad that Jim Burge did what he did for you. We're so glad that J.D. Tomlinson did what he did for you. That's all I ever get. But it's the fear of just, I had so much trust in the justice system that I don't have anymore. And it's so sad that I feel.
I don't think any of us do after hearing this. I mean, I'm not afraid, but
feel that way.
Yeah. I mean, how can you? I mean, how could you possibly? I mean, how would you possibly? It's just horrific.
To say the least, yeah.
It's a horrible thing to be accused of. And then you just have to keep fighting it over and over and over again. Just makes it even 10 times worse.
Well, yeah, it's bad if you get accused of it. Okay, say you got accused of it, you didn't do it, and then it comes out. It's horrible. Right. It's horrible even if you just had to go to court for a year,
right?
Maybe 2. That's horrible.
Right.
This is unexcusable. Is the word unexcusable? Yeah. It's unexcusable. And you know what? She brings up a good point. The citizens of Lorain County that approach her, Tony Sillo needs to realize that's who he works for. Those same people that are approaching her and are glad for what's going on.
I did a fundraiser with Josiah, I probably told you about this, and we planned it. She got out February 4th. We had it in March. Do you know how many people? It was insane. The Lorain cops literally had to sit out there and direct traffic because nobody could get up and down Oberlin Avenue to get into the VFW. There were so many people and reporters there. We had so many people come, we didn't even know, like 1,000, but or more. I don't even remember the count. We raised what, 20? You got 17 of it because 3 we had to pay back or something. No, you got 17. It was 20 after we paid back. Like you know how fundraisers go. You got to pay shit back sometimes, but yeah, we raised a lot of money.
And that's
to me,
the
that
citizens.
was a lot of money.
That's the citizens in Lorain County.
Yeah.
That's the people that you work for, Tony Sillo. So you should start listening to people you work for because they're not agreeing with what you're doing.
Yeah, Jackie Thomas. This is this lady that came to the fundraiser. I still talk to her to this day. Man, is she great. So, like, you just meet all these great people, too, through it that support her. Like, I need to talk to Jackie, maybe. I need people to write letters and just help us fight. You know? Even JD needs everybody's support because it's not fair.
My wife asked me if the Innocent Projects can help, but that's who was involved in it originally, wasn't it?
They're
Still involved.
They're still involved right now. Yeah, the Innocence Project is working on it a bit with her. Is that who brought it to Burge's attention?
Well,
actually, Jack Bradley, when they started the Innocent Project in Ohio, Jack Bradley is the one that contacted them, and that's how they got involved.
Jack's the one who did it originally?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else we need to get into?
Well, there's not a whole lot we can say right now.
I think we said a lot.
I think we said quite a bit. I'm glad you came in this time, Nancy.
Yeah, I was shocked.
I think that people need to. I think people need to see, and I mean that's to me. I think Tony needs to see this. I mean, how can you not?
See this or not? I really don't think he can.
Does he not have any sisters, or a mother, or nothing? He doesn't have anything.
He's got a wife. She works at the Attorney General's office right now.
He doesn't have anything, like nothing. Like he doesn't have
idea.
daughters, nothing. Like Jesus criminy. How can he be so
I don't
heartless?
even know anything about him except his wife and him. You know what I mean? Like, forgetness.
He's heartless.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
The one time she went up and tried to talk to him, and you should have seen the way he treated her. I said, "Are you kidding me? That's how you're going to talk to my mother in a public setting?" Tony Sillo, he was terrible to my mother. Terrible. At
While
the LCC.
prosecutor?
No, when they were doing their debates. My mom went up to ask him a question, and he treated her like dog shit.
Really?
And treated me like shit. Told me to shut up and don't talk to him because I said something bad about him on Facebook. Well, I don't care. You are helping. I'm just going to shut up. Everything I've ever said about Tony Sillo, I stick to it to this day. I don't care. And until he changes my mind,
He probably hates me.
I don't give a shit. Oh, I'm sure he hates me. I don't give a shit. I hate him equally.
Well, Dennis Will was coming in here and having lunch a couple times a week when JD ran for office. And I propped JD's signs out front, so Dennis Will probably does not like me. I'll guarantee that one.
He probably doesn't like himself.
He probably went to pull in and seen that sign and thought, "You son of a bitch."
I wish I could hang signs now. Simp boy. S-I-M-P. Simp boy.
Simp. All right.
Got some simps for sure.
We're getting out of here. We're going to update everybody, and we're going to keep some stuff posted as soon as you figure out what we can do.
Okay.
Let's get some stuff posted
Yeah,
and try
sounds good to me.
and take care of something. I mean, something's got to give. It can't keep going on. It's got to stop. That's just has to stop. Period.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting out of here.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it, Nancy. I wish you'd have went on cam, but you're too pretty not to go on cam. All right, we're getting out of here. Peace.
Jimmy on the pod, solo act, no quitting. Madhouse bar talk, where the drinks stay spitting. Views going wild like a monkey gone rogue, running his own lane in a circus of smoke. Tito hit the eject, dipped out the scene. Jimmy steered the chaos, kept it lean and mean. No co-pilot needed. He thrives in the clash. Controversies, the stash, raking views with a dash. Madness on the mic, sipping truth like it's gin. Every episode's a fight. Who's the champ of the spin? Randoms on the stool, spill tales from the void. Jimmy plays the villain, but the people stay buoyed. Solo flight, no wingman, just the heat. Questions unscripted, got him squirming in the seat. Joe Rogan whispers, but Jimmy got roar. Clickbait machetes hacking straight to the core. Bar feels alive when the topics get steamy. Listeners keep clicking saying this fool's dreamy. Drama be the fuel, chaos be the plan. Welcome to the Madhouse, hosted by one mad